Okay.
You want? Okay, we call to order the meeting, the Newington Board of Assessment Appeals Board, meeting March 16th, 2023. Jen Ancona present, Fred Callahan present, Maria Payne. Okay, we'll go to our first one. Market Square Preservation LP, and you're Lauren?
I am.
Okay.
Nice to meet you all.
Okay, tell us about it.
Sure. So I'm here on behalf of Market Square on their 65 Constantly Drive right through. It's essentially a high-rise apartment building comprised of about 75 deed-restricted units. It's been currently appraised at a fair market value of $4,916,250 and assessed value of approximately $3,441,380. Because this property provides deed restricted affordable housing, its net operating income is lower than it would be if it were market rate. And so essentially what we looked at was we took this lower net operating income into consideration with the town capital rate, and we estimate that the true and accurate fair market value ought to be $3,776,389 as opposed to what it's currently been appraised at without that lower. We are currently waiting on an appraisal to be done, so once we do have that appraisal, we will be happy to provide that.
And you're fully rented,
Yes,
and you did a lot of improvements
yes.
inside and out.
Yeah. And do you know like the ratio of the, how many is low income, how many is, or is it all low income?
All of them.
It's all low income.
It's a low income?
Yes,
I thought it was all senior housing.
it's a combination of both.
Really?
It's all deed restricted, yes.
Okay, so you
I'll
don't,
have to check on the ratio between how many of those is senior, but it is.
All restricted income.
Correct.
Okay.
you don't have to be disabled or a senior to be in there?
I
think you do.
check on that.
Yeah, at least that's always been my understanding. That you had to be either a senior or disabled to be in
Right.
there.
Yeah, I'll have to double check. I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so they have total market value is 4,916, and they would like market value 3,776. Okay. Do you have any questions?
Nope.
No.
Anything? Okay. Okay, I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay,
I'm good.
thank you very much. Microphone.
Thanks.
You too.
Shut off your microphone.
Jen, take over as the chairman.
Hello,
Okay,
this is Pam. Can you raise your hand, please, and take your oath?
okay, I'm here for White Birch Crossing. I don't understand this.
On your oath. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony I'm about to give regarding the aforementioned property is true and accurate to the best of my knowledge and remembrance? I understand all that the records will be retained and shall be a matter of public.
I don't understand this. Property was sold January 26th. This goes back to October 1st, 2020. But there's an assessment of $1 million, whatever.
Wait, where is that? Where is that located?
Wait, start over. What, you sold it?
Yes,
When?
January 26th, 2020.
Is this a Maselli?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as the date of October 1st, 2022, it was raw land. There was no purchase agreement. There was really not, the people, they went to the zoning, they did get an approval, but the approval was out there. It had nothing until, like I said, there was no purchase agreement. They did take a permit out,
Who took it out?
the new people. They took a permit out, the closing was supposed to be in November. And the bank, it was delayed. Fell apart several times. Finally came to fruition, so they spent a lot of money on a permit that could have been washed down the drain.
Oh, okay, that's what I was
It had
questioning.
nothing to do with us, but when the building department gave the permit, they gave it in our name, so we called them and said, hey, they knew we didn't take this out, we didn't get them a check.
Right, but now, it was sold in November, this was in November, they took out the building permit.
Yeah, it was sold,
It was sold until April
January 26th.
or January, so how could they take, all right,
They basically jumped the gun.
Okay.
They rolled the dice for about $150,000 that they took a permit out when they didn't even have a purchase agreement on the property.
They didn't own the property and they were given a.
They didn't own it. They did have an approval for apartments, but the property had an approval for industrial buildings before that. So there were several approvals before that, but the land just sat.
okay.
And so and White Birch Crossing doesn't exist anymore. And at the closing, the attorney called the tax department and asked for the taxes due. They were given the amount, we paid for whatever, and that's finished business.
All right, so how did it go?
So is this supposed to be?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm losing this whole thing. Okay, you owe taxes from October 1st to January.
On the raw land, that as it's.
Well, yep, that's good.
And those were paid finished,
At the closing on January. So what are you saying now?
Now I get an assessment from October 1st, 2022 for $1 million.
How many acres?
I think.
Wow, $1 million.
When
But
on
you didn't own the
October 1st,
property.
2022, the property was as it, just raw land. No agreement, nothing. There's no.
Okay, on October 1st of 2022, which is raw land.
Raw land, no purchase agreement at all.
Okay, then in January, you sold it to
26.
White Birch, I guess, or whatever it is,
No,
okay.
we sold it to White Birch doesn't exist. White Birch was.
Okay, all right, so you sold it to, you paid the taxes from October 1st to January 1st, or January, whatever.
Yeah.
So what's your problem now?
Property wasn't worth $1 million on it.
Oh, okay, I see what
The
you're saying.
property was only worth what it was worth.
Okay, I see. Oh, I didn't understand
Okay,
that.
as a
Okay,
piece of raw land, there wasn't a purchase agreement on that property until about 2 weeks before. If that,
so what do you think it was worth?
what it was, I don't.
What was the assessment before October? When did the assessment go up?
The assessment went up, when I got that letter. They want to go back, it says as of October 1st.
The letter is dated February 7th,
Yep.
2023.
And what does the letter say?
Grant list of
2022.
October 1st, 2022, which doesn't make sense.
Okay, well, my question is this. What was the assessment on October 1st, 2022?
What's that lower lumber there?
138.6.
138.
138.6.
That was on October
And
21.
October, 21, okay, that's fine. And then
October, and as far as I knew, it didn't change till January 26th when the property was sold.
right, so, right,
It
no,
was
I'm not
un-
arguing
The
that,
property was unchanged as I owned it.
okay,
Okay,
all right. So, the 5 acres is valued at 138 on 10/21.
And then when we sold the property, the attorney at the closing called and said, what do you owe on this? So as far as we know, everything was done.
Yep, yep,
And I guess not.
so we'll give them the authority to go back,
No.
I don't,
you don't want,
well, I do know that you can go back, but you have to go back, you can't assess her.
I don't think you can go back,
People didn't own it.
how can you go back, the tax was paid,
They didn't own that
right,
property. You can't go, they owned that property as of January 26th,
right.
2023. How can you charge them back to October?
Then why
They
is
didn't
this
own it.
here? Why is this here?
Why should they pay?
And how can you go back, if you pay the taxes up to date, in full on January 26th, how do you go back then and say, oh, we made a mistake? No, you
No,
can't.
you can't.
No.
That's my,
All right,
but if she's saying that, if somebody is saying that it was worth something, it wouldn't be your problem.
what was the assessment on 10/1?
You
Oh,
don't
I'm sorry.
own it.
The people bought it
Okay, what was the assessment on 10/1/22?
On
for,
what?
well, it had to have been the one something because this is a revised.
Well, I don't know,
assume.
what was the assessment on
Because it was
10/1/22? How much,
$1,050,000. How does that make sense?
when did it go up to that, when did it go up to that price?
October 1, 2022.
How could that be when the attorney
No,
called
that's
and
not
said, hey, what are the taxes due?
Yeah.
So the assessment date is not the same as the tax due date. So what you're paying for the assessment as of October 1 of 2022 is the bill that comes out in July of 2023.
Yeah. So who, from going back to October?
Yeah,
But the
You're right.
owner's not gonna pay that, they didn't buy it till January.
right,
And White Birch Crossing no longer exists because they paid their taxes at closing for the tax department what was due.
So the taxes that are paid are not the same. I don't know how I explain it.
So is anything due on that?
No,
From
No,
White,
it's paid.
from White Birch?
no.
Oh, so, okay.
so, all right, so my question is, the taxes that are paid, I know the answer, but I wanna make sure I'm right. The tax bill you get in July 1st is based on 10/22 this year.
The tax that's coming out in July is based on October 1 of 2022.
How could it be when
Right.
that?
That's how it always works.
Yeah, that's always been that way, I understand that. But, so you're saying that the tax bill that they paid wasn't the current tax bill?
No, that's not what she's saying. She just said that it was paid in full.
Well,
And these people aren't gonna be taxed, what will their tax bill be from January 26?
right,
So they're always based on the value as of October 1, but it's the time is from July to January.
right. So
They
my,
will be taxed from January.
it will be taxed,
Based
yes,
on the value, but the time that they're taxed for is from July 1 of 2020.
But you do prorate like cars in it.
Right.
So you won't prorate that?
right.
So do you prorate real estate? You're asking? What do you mean?
So who's gonna pay for that White Birch property from October 1 to January?
But that's already paid, you said.
The new owner is gonna pay the October 1, 22.
Why? They're not gonna pay taxes from October to January.
No, they're gonna pay the whole bill. So there's two different things going on. So we do Grandma's date, October 1, 22. Tax collector does their own thing, the owner on July 1 pays the bill.
Going
Right.
back to October?
Yep.
Why, when they didn't own it?
And they didn't pay it, that's right,
They pay the bill. So if let's say I sell you my house, right? And I sold it to you in March. You're gonna pay the July bill,
only though,
not me.
but only from March until,
That's the
July.
attorney. That's the attorney's job if they want to apportion taxes between the two of you, the town.
Right.
Get into that.
No, but you.
right, I understand
So
that.
they will be billed from October to January.
So how
The
the
new
bill,
owner.
how the bill will go out is it'll say new owner, and then I think it says, prior owner on October 1, but the new owner is responsible for paying the bill.
From October?
It's a ground estate. So real estate is one day of the year. We don't prorate if you sell it.
So they're not gonna pay that. So they're not gonna come to me because Whitebird no longer exists.
It's whoever the owner is.
So
So the new owners?
The new owner pays the bill.
from,
But he doesn't pay for,
you do that for cars, you assess for like a supplemental bill, you come, let's say I bought my car here, you come in half a year and do a car, but you're,
That's because it's, real estate's different. That's a different process.
yeah, right, I understand
so,
that.
so they have to come to you next year and say, I didn't own this property October to January.
No, we will not prorate real estate. That's between you guys or the attorneys, but the new owner is who's gonna get the bill.
Okay, I think-
Well,
so you said in January, your attorney called the town and asked what the taxes were, correct? And you paid that bill. So that would be from October to January.
That was, yes. So I paid that no.
Pay-
this-
No, that's prior grand, that's last grand, that's 21 grand.
So
If
these
you
people
call-
can still come to me and say, you owe me money.
This should have been taken care of at the closing.
I assumed it was taken care of the closing.
Of course, it was taken care of the closing, that's the standard procedure. You have a closing, you call the town gives you what is due.
Right.
And that's what you pay.
Nobody could predict the exact taxes though coming up in July because the mill rate hasn't been set yet, but
Oh,
So
yeah.
so White Birch could still be on the hook if this other company, which if I was them, I'd be coming to me and saying, hey, I'm not paying.
White Birch is not legally responsible to pay the taxes anymore. If you paid your bills as of January, you're done.
But the
Right.
company's not going to want to pay for 3 months. 4
Well,
months.
what do you care? You don't own the property anymore. What do you care?
Yeah.
In all honesty, I'm just trying to be honest about the whole thing.
Well,
microphones.
Okay. And you're not an attorney?
No.
Okay, so we have to swear you in. Where is the thing?
I didn't read that. It was underneath. Like. No, it's as them.
Okay,
Just look around.
okay. If you raise your right hand and you do solemnly swear that the testimony I am about to give regarding the aforementioned property is true and accurate to the best of my knowledge and remembrance, I understand all the documents presented will be retained and shall be a matter of public record. Okay. Okay, so tell us about it.
Well, just before you start, right, the Rocky Hill and the Berlin Road one, we discount those as another town. You don't take that into consideration.
That's okay. I have a few.
Okay, just so you understand that.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Okay, so basically, the way that we looked at this is, a fee simple income analysis. The lease in place was signed back in 2005. So in order to value this at fair market value as of 10/1/2020, you need to look at the prevailing rental rates at the time. So we pulled some lease comps, and the ones that are in Newington are basically $15 and $15 triple net. And actually, that's what we used in our calculation. Vacancy and collection loss is approximately 5% based on publication. Expenses for a triple net lease are very low for the landlord, so we put in just 5% to account for management and reserves. That brings us down to a net operating income of 284.7, and then we used an 8% cap rate, and we did in the back of the packet have from both CoStar indication of cap rates in the high 7s, and then from realty rates between like 7 and 9%. So we used 8%, but we're really coming in at like 3.56 million, which is about 170 a square foot, where it's assessed at about 270 a square foot. So we just think there's room for a reduction.
21,033 square feet building there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you look, I got a few.
Can you repeat the
I mean,
square footage for me? I'm
what is
sorry.
the
21,033.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And the value on it now is how much?
5,694,680.
694, 680. And what do you think it's worth?
3,560,000.
If you look at like, if you look at different ones.
And that's based on the two comps that are from the town here, Berlin Turnpike,
Yeah.
Larry, 3 comps, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you looked at PC Richards, they're about $1 million lower, bigger building. You look at
What was the 2631 Berlin Turnpike, what building is that?
2631.
Yeah.
You have a picture. What is
Oh,
20?
I probably have it here. You're right.
It is 2631. Yeah, I'm looking at,
Okay.
yeah, PC Richards is, they're only 4 floors. I mean, that's a bigger place.
That's the kitchen place.
Oh, Express Kitchens,
Ren Kitchens. Ren Kitchens.
Ren Kitchens. What's Ren Kitchens?
The new next.
Yeah, the
to
new
Pier
one, yeah. The Express Kitchens is mill 1. I mean, the whole McBride Plaza is 2,000,003. I mean, so it is a little, a little high for just that lazy boy building. Let's see. Turnpike Motors, a mill 7.
550, I think.
If you look at Bob's Furniture, it's a smaller piece of property, but furniture store, 2,279,000. Smaller well, it's a pretty big building, it's just a small
Assessed or market?
market. And if you look at, what was this? The Rent Kitchens. Mill One, big building.
Right.
So,
Express Kitchens. Express Kitchen isn't the same type of building as
no,
No.
this one is, so I think we have to discount that right off the top. That's
yeah,
it.
but if you looked at PC Richards,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I understand them. I'm
if you
not
looked
arguing
at
that.
Bob's Furniture, a smaller piece of land, probably a bigger building, because it's a 2-story.
We got 56 Costello Road.
What's
Oh, is that Ashley? What's
Yeah.
Ashley
Yes,
Furniture?
actually.
That's a pretty big building. What's that?
Yeah, it's about 45,000. To be honest, that came in a couple years ago.
Lazy Boy?
Yeah, no, not Lazy Boy.
Ashley.
56 Costello Road.
And they have a pet site.
And they took it to court, and the court lowered it because it wasn't on the Berlin Turnpike.
Ashley?
To be very honest with you, that's what, we wouldn't, it was T-Bowl when it came in.
Okay.
No.
Well, they weren't the tenant then. It was,
No, right, it was a
yeah,
T-Bowl.
yes, before Ashley.
And we didn't lower it. And then it took it to court, and it did lower it because the address was 56 Costello Road and not, and there was no entrance on the Berlin Turnpike.
Yeah. But
be
PC
honest.
Richards is.
So we gotta
Berlin
kind of
Turnpike.
discount that one too, because
Yeah,
you are on the Berlin Turnpike.
yeah,
So,
But-
I think, yeah, PC Richard was in that.
yeah.
yeah, it's
That's the one.
4-4.
Yep.
It's only 408 a square foot, and we're at 271 a square.
Yeah,
Right.
you are a little high.
In McBride,
Yeah, on the
that's a
turnpike,
multi-tenant
multi-tenant,
building rather than a
but
single story a single tenant like you are. I think the only real comp is PC Richards, to be very honest.
well, Rent
Do you
Kitchens.
understand where I'm at?
Or Rent Kitchens.
Who?
Uh,
There again, that was a shopping
No.
center. That was a shopping center.
Is it just?
With
is
Pier
it just
1?
2 tenants there?
No, there's
I think
only
it's
one.
2.
In the Rent building, there's only
Yeah,
one.
but originally I thought there was two. It was,
No, that's-
Yeah,
that's next
originally
door.
it was 2.
No,
Yeah.
that was Ann's Outlet. Next door is the Pier
Ah,
1.
okay.
So this
Okay.
one is a one person, it's a one,
okay.
that was Ann's somebody outlet. Yeah, the curtain place. Next door is the Honey
Pier
Baked
1,
Ham,
Honey
Pier
Baked
1,
Ham,
and the
yeah.
mattress place. That
Right.
place, Rent Kitchens is a one tenant building,
The real good comp is the PC Richard.
which is 4-4, which is a big building.
Right. And that is,
Where's that? Tell me.
the building on PC Richards is 3-2. 3,199,970. That's how many square feet? That's the, I mean, that, to be very honest, that's the real comp to this building
Yeah.
here.
Yep,
Yeah, I thought I was showing PC Richard at 40,852 square feet.
40,852?
I thought so.
it's a pretty big building.
Yeah. And your building is 21, okay, so you're about half the size, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're a lot over. All right, well,
Hmm. What's the building at PC Richards? I'm trying to, the building is 3-2, okay. And what's your building cost, estimated at?
4-5. 45, 48. The land's comparable,
Yep.
but the building is a lot higher. And you can't really go by the sale because PC Richards bought that place out of foreclosure. So it was Circuit City.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good
You
too.
good? Yep. Okay, we're good.
I sure
Thank you very much.
appreciate you listening, taking the time. Are you guys very busy since it's an off year?
No,
No.
Good.
no, not many.
And it was nice to come during the day.
Yes. And not on Zoom, although I like Zoom.
Yeah. Sometimes I still do a lot of Zoom, so it's even nice to see people in person.
Back to normal. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night.
You too.
Turn off.
Okay, and she somewhat, she agreed, the owner will accomplish PC.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
Agreed.
agreed.
the land value on
It's about the same. I mean,
is it
it's,
the same size property, that's what I'm asking.
no, it's not. The PC Richards is 4.31. Their commercial land is 2.62. So no.
What is it?
A Lazy Boy is 2.62. PC Richards 4.31. So no, it's almost, PC Richards almost double the size land.
And they're building, and the PC Richard building is double the size of this one.
Yeah. And it's same Berlin Turnpike access, you know?
Yep, no. Because I know that Ashley got lower because it was not a Berlin Turnpike address at the time.
Yeah, I think Lazy Boys is a little high.
All right, and PC Richard is at 4.424.
Yep. And this one's at 5.694.
Five, six, what?
5.694, 680. It's pretty high.
It is high, I agree. No, I'm the first to agree with that.
I mean, the land is the land, PC Richards is double. So Lazy Boy's in a tiny little,
Who has more land? I'm sorry, I was writing.
PC Richard has more
PC
land.
Richards has 4.31 and Lazy Boy has 2.62.
I'd be willing,
And what did she want?
She wants.
3,560.
3,560. So it's a $2 million difference about.
for that amount, she gotta go to court. I wouldn't be comfortable reducing it that much,
No.
to be honest.
Does it?
That's the concern we have now is if we reduce it, when they go to court to reduce it, the court case starts where we reduced it to. Doesn't go back to the 5.6 and
Does
then,
it even warrant?
Yeah, just go
That
into
much.
court. Well, does it warrant that much? And can we just meet her halfway? From
Because I
where
think,
she
I
is
think 2
to,
million.
from
is
where
a
she
lot.
is to what she wants, can we just meet her halfway? And it definitely deserves a reduction.
I believe it, I just, when they get into the millions, you gotta worry about them going to court. That's the concern.
Definitely, I don't agree with the 2 million.
No,
No way.
Okay.
But,
I could probably go along and bring it down close to where PC Richard is.
to the
I understand
4.4,
it's a bigger building, but that's not 100%
right,
thing.
well, to the 4.4.
And, 4.5, yeah, 4.4.
4, 5.
All right. We could give her $1,000,001.
She should be happy with 4, 5.
Well,
I mean,
my only concern.
it's halfway between what she is and what she
My
wanted.
only problem is if they go to court.
We'd hope we kept her out of court.
Well, that's what we're hoping, right?
I mean, Steve used to settle the Stanley Cohen's and, you know, what's their names, data mail, and, you know,
Meeting in the middle is normally
what you, yeah.
how Steve taught us.
Yeah.
Right, Steve, yeah, meet him in the
I
middle,
could go for 4.
4, 5,
Yeah, and take a shot. They're not gonna take it to court.
yeah, I think that's reasonable.
4, 5. Let me just see.
I'll make the motion. We go to 4, 5.
I agree, second. And that's total value, land and building,
We're talking assessment, I thought.
yeah, assessed value?
Yeah. Wait a minute.
You don't want market
No.
that way?
Yeah, we can go market value.
You want market?
Yeah, we're comparing with market value. Yep, that's
She
fine.
was market value, 3, 5.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I would go that for market value, yeah.
Yeah, we're not,
Actually, it'd only be a couple $100,000 if we were going, yeah, so, yeah. And PC we're comparing to, and that's also the appraised value.
Let's just make sure we write down those, maybe the numbers
yeah,
on her social media.
So I'll make the motion that we go down to 4, 5, market value,
market value,
not assessed value.
right. And it was
5, 6.
It was 5694,
wait a minute,
5694,
5694,
680,
680. Market value,
Yeah.
market value.
okay.
Did you all vote?
Did she second?
Yeah, unanimous.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you, sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I think
I lost the clip. You can have that.
how am I just thought it was like the original for the file.
I didn't have the thing, so I'm gonna put that one back in the book.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so she's done.
We're coming in a little bit above where Bob's is at, and that's, doesn't have the parking,
Bob's doesn't have the parking, but it's a
but it's an older
3-story
building
building.
too.
Yeah,
It's a different type of building than what
so
they
we're
have.
higher than Bob's.
Yeah.
Okay.
At this point, and I think
Yeah.
that's the right thing to do, but
Yeah,
just so you guys understand where I'm coming from on that.
yep,
Bob's is a different building altogether.
yeah. Vitamin Shop not come, or he's coming?
As well as coming in, huh?
The vitamin shop is at the end.
Okay. If you want to look at compared to Vitamin Shop, while we got these sheets out, so they're not here yet. Here to Vitamin Shop, they're way at the end, they're called Newington Corner. Newington Corner. Okay, they're coming in. Oh, well. Applicant's estimate market value, 800,000. I mean, that's a little low. Unless he lost the tenant and he's moving.
But sometimes those smaller buildings are worth more than Not in value, total value, but
Yeah.
square footage than the
It's
other
a,
smaller
it's a
ones,
hard
bigger
little
ones.
spot.
It's only a hard spot because of the driveway, right?
Because of the driveway, yeah, because you have to come in off the turnpike and then you can only leave through, Best Buy.
Yeah.
What company are we looking for here?
The one vitamin shop, the last one, Newington
Corner.
Oh,
Corner.
Newington Corner, okay, they're not coming till 6 o'clock.
Yeah,
right?
well,
Okay.
as we're sitting here, if we have any comparison,
Brixmore didn't show up.
no.
And we did Market Square Preservation, correct?
Yep,
Yeah, that's the
that
building.
was the, we
Yeah.
didn't give them anything.
So now we're waiting on
Yo.
Spirit LZ. No, we did that one.
Yep,
The White Birch.
yeah,
So we're
waiting for your tower.
Tiger Acquisition.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, that's the cell tower. Okay.
yeah. That's why I said if we see any to it with all these pictures, with all these papers, or if we want anything to compare the vitamin shop with, Eva will go get it for us. They got 2 copies of other cell towers. Do you have those?
No.
They're in there. It's the cell tower at Costello Road and the cell tower at, Tennis Center. They're both about 300,000 each.
Right.
Yep.
And to be honest, and not the, to be honest.
Right here.
And I can, and they lost, the week after they bought it, they lost their tenant. They knew before they bought it, they were gonna lose the tenant, they did lose it. I know she's thinking about the fact that, because she told me that she asked them to bring in a sales, but we never went by sales before.
No.
You know, some people can say, well, I paid 100,000 for this, 300,000, we didn't care. So vice versa, do we care if somebody comes in and says, well, I paid $1 million? We don't, it's been our time, in the 30 years I've been on, we ignored what they paid for.
Mhm.
But I'm disqualifying, so.
I just want to make sure that on White Birch, we wrote the right wording.
Now, when I disqualify you, I can't even do negotiations, right?
Right.
Altogether.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's fine, no, that's fine.
Okay. But you can't have 2 cell towers at top at 300,000 and one for, I mean, the one on,
She went 4 times, it was 250. She went 1 million.
because the one on,
To be very honest, they paid 2.8.
yeah, but
But in
That's
the
a
past,
length
we've
of
never
lease.
considered that.
No.
You know, because we have people can say, oh, I only paid $100,000 and the house worth 300. So, you know, that's fine. We don't consider what you paid for, we consider the physical value today.
right.
And we got 2 other cell towers in town that
Yeah,
are one.
the guy at Tennis Centers, he said that one's pretty loaded. I went by that one. He's got a lot of stuff on that
I
one.
don't think he does, but
No?
maybe, no, I have all the maintenance. I have Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T, and the town of West. I don't know who he has.
I don't know who he has. There's a lot of.
He came in last year and fielded it.
He did. We didn't do anything.
Right.
But he was only at 300,000.
Yeah.
What did you want?
This is triple that.
And they're the owner, and Costello's, that was, they kept that when they sold their property, and theirs was like 300, so.
I think,
If you're we're gonna compare, PC Richards to that one, then you kind of have to go with your,
yeah, that's my unofficial opinion. But, yeah, I think it's. Yeah, it's regular now, it's only about 100,000 tower, and the taxes are
speakerphone just.
Yeah, not a problem.
And there'll be just the two of us hearing this. Fred is going to recuse
I'm
himself from this
disqualifying
one.
myself.
Oh,
So it's just Jen and I.
I sold them the tower.
Little bit of conflict, but you know. And you are Ian?
I'm Ian Butler.
Okay.
From years.
Yep. Take your time.
Yeah.
Am I at the beginning or end of the meetings?
Middle.
Middle.
Who's on speaker?
On the phone, it's James Northdruff. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. He's the representative on behalf of the property Tiger acquisition.
Okay. Okay, so tell us about it.
We got to swear him in first, right? Oh, so-
We know he's an attorney if we don't.
Are we on now, live?
We're on.
Okay.
Yep.
This is Commissioner Fred Callahan. I'm going to disqualify myself from this hearing and the negotiations. The reason being, I am the person that they bought the tower from. So I'm going to disqualify myself from this completely.
Okay.
So obviously, Brett's aware, but if you're not aware, this is a cell tower. It's a little bit unique as far as property goes. Prior to purchasing, it was under common ownership of the parcel of real estate there. My client bought an easement right and tower itself. Cell towers, they own the tower and they lease it out to various tenants like T-Mobile. I think in this case, the town Huddersfield was also a tenant of this tower. In any case, after the change of ownership occurred, what happened was it created a new tax parcel because it was no longer owned one of the same real estate. My client received the notice of this new tax parcel. The notice we received, it said the prior assessment value was 0. That's because it wasn't a tax parcel before. But in any case, the new assessed value, or excuse me, appraised fair market value was $1 million. Prior to this, when it was under common ownership of real estate, I looked back at the property tax bill for the real estate parcel from the previous year, the 2021 list year, which was when it still had the tower included in that. And that parcel, the real estate parcel, before it, when it had the tower versus after, when it no longer had the tower, it decreased by 250,000.
That's interesting.
That's according to the 2020.
Market value?
Not
or assessed value?
Yeah, market
value, okay.
And the assessed value.
Yep, yeah, okay.
The difference. So there was that corresponding decrease on that parcel, but an increase of not just 250,000, but $1 million increase. And I had some discussion with the assessor. I don't know if that's.
No.
Okay, I didn't know. With the assessor Fauna about it and about whether it should have been characterized on the real property list, because often cell towers are treated as personal property. I think because in prior years they were all kind of lumped together and under common ownership, that's why it was on the real property list. So I can kind of understand the reasoning for keeping it on the real property list. The issue for my client is that because it has these tenants that have their own equipment that they're operating on it, and under the leases with them, they're responsible for their respective share of the personal property tax, not real estate tax. My client doesn't actually own any real estate tax. But because it's on the real property grant list, it looks to the tenants like it's real estate and causes a problem from my client's perspective that, now they have to have an argument with the tenants essentially about who's responsible for the personal property tax versus the real property tax. So I guess the issue is twofold. First one is that it seems that if the parcel it came from only decreased by 250,000 appraised value, then how can this parcel have a $1 million value the next year? It's a four times increase. And then the second issue is just the characterization of real property versus personal property. And we've discussed with the assessor, I think for years going forward, it didn't seem like there would be any resistance to changing it in the system, putting it on the personal property list, and that solves one of our problems.
Yeah.
But for the 2022 grant list year, which is kind of retroactive, we need to come before the board to address that. So that's what we're here for tonight.
Okay.
Happy to answer any questions or clarify anything.
Are you fully rented? No, you have spots.
I don't know the total number of spots available. There's 3 tenants now, one being the town of Weathersfield. I think they used to have 4 tenants, but because the cell phone companies are always merging, changing, what was once Nextel and then was owned by Sprint, and then I think got bought up by T-Mobile, if I recall. Quote me on that. But anyway, so one of them disappeared because through all those mergers,
Right.
they no longer needed it.
So one is lost even from the 250,000 value that it used to
You
be.
could say that, yeah, and then since one of the tenants is the town of Weathersfield, I don't think that they're being tried. Again, I don't have the lease in front of me, but I would assume they're not paying what a T-Mobile is paying.
Right.
So if you're looking at it from an income perspective of highest best use, it's not getting what it theoretically could be. But I don't have those in front of me to give to you, unfortunately.
And if it's Sprint in them, do they pay, do they pay property tax? If it goes under the property, would they pay it?
They do, so.
Okay.
So T-Mobile actually, so under the law, if it's personal property, every year, an owner of personal property is supposed to recertify
Yeah.
the town. Oftentimes they don't do that. The reason they're supposed to do it annually is so that they can take depreciation, because personal property, unlike real property, tends to depreciate. T-Mobile actually did, and there's a record of this with the town for the 2021 grant list. I wasn't able to access 2022. I don't think that's been made public if there were any for the personal property list.
So the tenants on here possibly could have paid personal property. So you're really only
And
paying for the
T-Mobile
structure.
Did, yeah, in 2021, on a personal property grant, T-Mobile, because they, out of all the tenants, were the only one that filed that report that they're supposed to.
Yeah.
They had a gross assessment of $210,460.
And that could be a few things throughout the town. They may have a few,
Well, no, it is tied. so
only
they
for
do
that,
have-
tied
they
to
have-
that one.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that year they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total
Okay.
entries, and they each say what the
Oh, okay.
is. So this one just for 100 Cedarwood Lane under T-Mobile's name was $210,460. And so from our perspective, that's kind of where it becomes an issue of almost like a double taxation, because if
Yeah.
T-Mobile's paying tax for that amount, and then we're being assessed as if it's all income that my clients receiving, but not really. T-Mobile, since they claimed it, is, they have 210,000 worth of equipment and income there that they pay taxes on. So that's why I don't know, and we're trying to internally, by the way, work out with the tenants and remind them that they have that responsibility to file, because that would also solve the problem. They were all filing those
Yeah.
reports like T-Mobile, they're gonna be assessed on what they report to the town, rather than my client, who shouldn't, because they really only own the tower.
Right.
So,
The structure.
right. And that was when they went into the purchase, kind of what they thought, looking back at the previous tax bills. And then to have it all of a sudden go up 4 times was kind of a shock. So that's why we're here today to
Yeah.
bring that up.
Did you say you purchased an easement? Did you say that
Yeah,
at the
so
beginning?
along with the tower, the actual personal property, they received an easement, right? And that's, my understanding is to go in, I have a copy of that. That is on
I
record.
think we have a copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be, it's on good
Yep.
drive,
We have a copy
That's
here.
to access
I don't have the packet.
Okay,
the properties in.
right. Oh, thank you. Okay, I'm good. Do you have anything else?
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
There it is.
Yeah, it's a lengthy document, and it does, a lot of what's in the easement, it doesn't apply now that the ownership has changed, because it talks about the prior owner.
Right.
And the responsibility between them and the new owner, my client. And it does list at the end of it who the tenants are, it identifies them, but again, of the four listed there, one is no longer. And so that's what the exhibit is.
I'm good. You good?
Yes,
Okay. I think we're good. I thank you for coming in.
thank you.
We'll get together and we'll get you out a letter. Thank you very much. Good presentation. We'll just do these other ones and
Oh,
then we'll,
just FYI, I think it's exhibit B
yeah,
that has the 4.
okay. Put this, we'll figure this out after we'll do these other two. Okay. Put that aside.
Eva, can I have this or do you need that back?
No, you can have
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So who's next?
We have, yes,
What is it?
203 Stoddard.
Okay, Fred is back in the meeting now, so we'll go do next. 203 Stoddard?
No, you're there by appointment, and you're.
Name over there.
What?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's why we went by. Hello. You're just gonna have to raise your right hand, go under oath for us. Okay, do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give regarding the aforementioned property is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and remembrance? I understand all the documents presented will be retained and shall be a matter of public record. Okay, so tell us about it.
Why did you say yeah? You want to just say yes?
Yes,
Okay.
Okay, so tell us about it.
So, I got some information about my property taxes, why they are so high, in my opinion, because this house is really, really small. I don't have any garage. And my property taxes, they are higher than bigger houses with garages. So,
On your street, you mean?
on my-
Comparable to your street?
Did you bring any of those comps with you?
Well, can you get us a few of her from her,
She knows what houses and
Yeah, that's her job.
from your street?
Our neighbors,
Yeah.
we are friends, so it's nothing
Oh.
like.
We don't, yeah, but we don't raise their, if they found an error, we don't raise their taxes.
We won't raise their taxes. Just get us like
But you have to
the,
bring us comps and say my house is only worth
well, she could,
50,000
you could get
because.
us, yeah. Get us a few,
at 191. That's the
Okay.
house next door.
okay.
Yeah, we won't
Okay.
raise their tax.
We don't raise theirs, it doesn't,
No, because we are friends.
I know, that's okay, we won't tell on you.
But, you know, I cannot compare
That's
other
okay.
houses Because I really don't know how to
No,
check
yeah,
somebody's.
no, that's fine.
That's okay.
Taxes.
They won't even know you mentioned it.
No, they know about it, so it's nothing. We are friends, so it's nothing like,
Yeah.
And then it says here that you have a brook in your backyard?
yes, I do. So I have pictures,
Oh, that'd be nice.
before and after, and also I have a question, if this part of the, part of my property not supposed to be finished. Because looks like, long time ago, the town started, or I don't even know actually who started, it's not finished. And for 18 years, I cleaned debris and leaves and garbage, everything was coming from the other part of the city.
So the adjacent neighbor's property, it's all underground and covered over in their yard, and then on her side of the fence, it's just an open ditch.
I see.
And then when it leaves the property again, it goes out in a concrete pipe, so.
So is it a town pipe? Is it a MDC pipe? Is it something that should be cleaned out by the town?
He's helping me because I'm.
Yeah, no, that's
you
fine.
know,
That we
not
could-
perfect with
Yeah, we
the
understand that.
That we could
internet.
have maybe the town.
Yes,
Yeah, it's
please.
like
we'll look at it.
Stormwater type thing. You can see sort of high level water,
Is that even on your property, you know?
Is this on your property? Is this your backyard?
that backyard, yeah. So they sort of, I think before and after, they lined it with this wood just to keep it retaining from sloughing in, and before it was just sort of a trench.
I see.
They
Okay.
meaning.
Oh, look at
And
it.
we have to solve a little bit
Turner
because
residence.
of
Oh,
safety
okay.
issue.
Yeah.
So we have to cover this pipe.
See the,
Um,
is this like a town pipe? Or
Yeah.
is it FBC
It's like
pipe?
stormwater stuff, because it goes from the other side of
Mm.
Willard
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, now I see what,
and
okay,
then
no, I
through
see,
some,
I see,
through some yards.
I got it. Oh,
Yeah.
See, the homeowner maybe even pipe that in, I don't- you know?
So you think
With
oh,
the-
that's a
the
huge
The
pipe.
pipe doesn't go all the way down the street, does it? The
It goes
pipe,
back underground and
It goes
disappears.
back underground.
And just connects back with the storm drainage, as far as they know.
yeah.
Pretty big pipe. Have you ever
Yeah.
called the town to have them look at it?
We came to the town like 2012, but was no response. Actually, somebody was not nice to us and tell us.
I'm sorry.
Just even bother,
No, it's just interesting.
because we have to take like boat insurance extra or something, so I didn't do it, anything. But now it's even worse. Because we have the grass, somebody put the grass and everything going, and we have a, you know, my grandchildren, I'm worried about their safety.
Right.
Yeah.
I go to my neighbor on like on the other side because they put leaves and grass, so I tell them this is not nice because I have to clean everything and then can be stuck, and debris or something can be stuck and will be big problem for many neighbors, not only for me.
So it's a storm water drainage from Willard Ave and it kind of goes right down the middle of the property?
And
Just the back of the property.
Back of the
where
property?
does it go, like from that pipe?
Comes along the back of her property, and then at the back corner, it turns left and goes out towards Stoddard, First Street.
Oh,
Our neighbor, they cover something like, they put something, I don't even know exactly what it is, but they cover, but we didn't do it. My husband make a kind of nice of the water can,
yeah.
we spend a lot of money and time to fix it actually for us, but I feel like I cannot use this part of my property and I'm responsible for cleaning everything.
Mhm. And you said you called the town?
Yes.
They were in
I got the
2004.
paper from 2012.
2004. And nobody was very,
I would, okay.
I don't know because of my English or why that happened, but wasn't that good meeting.
Well, you keep saying, what happened? When you went to the town, would you ask them to clean it out?
But they say that you did a good job to fix everything. Don't even bother.
Oh. Okay.
but so it clogs up sometimes since,
Yes.
As they walk through it, block it, because there is a hard 90-degree corner at the end of it.
okay.
It's open for things falling into it, you know, from tree branches that come down and weeds and everything else. It should be enclosed pipe underground like the rest of the way. It's just for a piece of property, they.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
And last-
So it's a pipe coming from Willard to your property, then it's open, then it goes back to a pipe.
There's a big pipe too. It's not.
Oh, it looked like a big pipe. Oh, yeah. Can we keep the pictures with our stuff? Or do you need those pictures? If you can't, that's okay.
We can make a copy.
Can you make a cop? Okay, oh, we can make a copy. That's okay. You
No, you can tell that.
no, she'll make a copy and then she'll give it back to you. Because it'd be good if we kept it for our records. And then if we wanted to maybe,
This thing is duplicated.
if we wanted to maybe refer it to the town and to look at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, because we can send that to whoever and.
So I'm kind of disappointed with my taxes to pay more than, people with the bigger houses with the garage and my responsibility, to cleaning and not using part of my, property.
So this is the house next door
Yeah, right.
with the garage.
191?
Yeah.
191.
Yeah, 191.
A little bigger land. The lot's a little bigger. Yeah. They have a shed. You have solar? No. No.
What do you think your house is worth?
I don't have an idea because I'm not gonna move, so I didn't check how. And also, I have a question. I'm gonna be 65 this year. Can I apply for a discount or something?
I'll get the.
So we'll refer you to. But I think we can refer your pipe issue to the town and see if they can do anything there. We can at least tell them, make them
Yes,
aware of it.
somebody, I would think somebody could come out and at least look at
At least look at it and tell you
Yeah.
if there's
it. I
anything.
mean, that's not our department, but I would think as residents of this town, that's what I would do.
Yeah,
And hope that they would.
but the house next door is valued at higher. It's a little bigger piece of land. It does have a garage. She's
No,
point,
the house next door is less.
it's bigger. It's
Oh, yeah,
0.38.
I thought about the.
Yeah, she's 0.38. She's
The house next door is
0.29.
113,520. And this one is 125, 110.
Where are you looking?
Total building value, down at the bottom of the back, next to the picture.
Oh, okay. No, that's a big difference. Oh, 203, you, 125, 110. And next door is 113, 520. They have 2 full baths, you only have 1. They have more square footage. Okay, I guess we'll look at it. Okay, thank you so much. We'll get back to you in about a week with a letter and our decision, but thank you for coming in, and
Thanks for the
we will
pictures.
hopefully direct this to the right.
Different department, right, with the pipe situation, or I can get some information?
Engineering.
Yeah,
Or
and
conservation. We can send them.
We'll hopefully get this to the proper department so that at least they can come out and,
I scanned it too, so we have it in color. but
Okay.
I didn't have to
yeah,
do
if
it.
you, so she'll get this over to that department. Hopefully they'll, at least contact you, come out, look at it and see if they can do something. Because if a pipe stops in the middle and you're the only people without the pipe, who knows? Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
Okay, do you want to do him
Yeah.
then? And
Yep.
Okay. And you must be Mitchell?
That would be me, and I got 2 letters, so I have 2 time slots.
Oh, that's
I'll
fine.
give you guys back 15 minutes. I'm sure I'm not gonna need more than 5.
Okay, we're going to swear you in though. Okay? Do
Yeah.
you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give regarding the aforementioned property is true and accurate to the best of your knowledge and remembrance? You understand all documents presented will be retained and should be a matter of public record?
Yes.
Okay, so tell us, now this will be the Jeep,
Yes.
okay? I'm going to give you the books because,
Oh,
yes.
We have no clue.
So according to, NADA,
Wait a minute.
I have two of the
I
same.
have two of the same
Oh.
car.
yeah, I know, that's what I said, you guys had me.
Oh.
So he's appealing the 2021 supplemental and the 2022 regular.
Okay, so it's the same car.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so we'll, I guess we hear the whole thing and figure out from
Yep,
there.
we'll just-
Okay.
We have to vote on each one separately, or?
We have to do a vote on each one.
Was that it?
Okay. We still
The
have these.
value changes every year with one of you.
Yep.
Okay, so tell us about, I guess, the 20,
11.
Which one?
11G, yes.
okay, the October 1st, 21 supplemental, that's when you first got the car, right? Is that why you have a supplemental? Because you purchased it?
I've had it for a long time. I purchased it in 21.
His registration for the last.
Yes.
Okay, and then you re-registered it, so it came back on the tax roll. Okay,
Okay. So
And
it's this
since
one.
then,
okay,
I just feel like it's overvalued as far as the tax rate, the assessment. So I've done a little research, went on NADA, which is what the letter says you guys use.
Mhm.
Made sure it had the right information.
Okay, hold on, wait a second. We have a JD Power,
That's the same
Yeah,
thing.
same.
okay,
is an APA?
Yeah, I also copied it and put it in the packet.
okay.
You're so good.
The only real argument, I mean, I'm not gonna talk about the shape of the truck, I think it's in great shape for its age. But it's got 200,000 miles on it.
Right,
So when you look at JD Power or NADA, yes, NADA.
Yeah.
It shows, the average price paid with the mileage in there, 8,200. Has a median between 77.96 and 92.27. And then trade-in values, rough condition, I wouldn't consider it, average condition, probably 45.65. And a clean would be 54.15, probably somewhere in between there.
Okay, we don't consider trading values, because wherever you trade in, they're gonna resell it.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm just trying to.
I wasn't sure, that's why I took out all the
Yeah,
notes for all the
Yeah, we
numbers.
don't consider trading value, because whoever you're selling it to or taking it into trading, they're gonna add a couple thousand to sell it,
Sure,
so it's not the true value, so to speak.
okay. So you look at the average price paid?
Clean retail,
Retail,
clean retail.
Okay, I didn't see that on mine, maybe I had to go into the dealer.
I do have the book if you want to see
Didn't
it.
give me enough. No, whatever it is, I just thought it was high.
what's the clean retail give you?
14, well,
Did you print out that?
your adjustments, right?
Yeah,
Clean
so-
retail is 14,125 as is.
Right,
Clean
and then
retail.
he has all these additional features, which
Mhm.
brings it up, and this is the mileage adjustment, and this is what it should be after that.
You're good.
I try to make it easy.
Man.
14.
Trying to
five's a
read
little
that little
high, so-
writing is what.
14, 5's a little high.
That's- Gee,
The other thing you gotta think about, just so you know, if we don't benefit, if we reduce it a couple of $1,000s, probably $5 on your tax bill.
Okay, I know it's not a lot.
Okay, just so you,
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to go like half it or something.
yeah, people, some people do, you know? But it's just not.
Yeah, I figured as much, I just wanted to make sure that it was accurate.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
that's
No,
fine.
That's right. I just want you to understand, because some people get the bill, they say, $5, I'm saving.
Yeah.
It's really not about the money, I mean, I'd
Yeah.
So
got it.
you feel the car's worth $6,000?
say 6,000 to 8,000.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it needs a transmission, the transmission banks pretty hard, the dashboard's falling apart. But again, minus the condition, I would say for its age, average to clean condition. But it's just the mileage, 200,000 miles on it, who knows, I mean.
Yeah, I think 14's a little high, but
So,
Yeah. Okay, I don't have any more questions.
I'm good.
Assessment is 10,060.
That's assessed value,
That's assessed
not market value. Yeah, but you have market value of 14,000. Yeah.
I would sell it tomorrow, if I could get 14,000.
Well, you have here net assessment 8,705.
So is that on the 2022?
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
So we're
different.
now we're down to 8.7. So how? So if we go down on the 2022 regular, then you have to, how would you assess it then
So
for,
car values change every year. So you
yeah,
have to do each one separately.
Honestly, I'm not really concerned about going backwards. I'm not
going to
looking
the
for-
supplemental,
not looking for credit or anything, I just want to get the number fixed and pay the right amount.
Okay.
You've already paid it,
I've already
You've
paid
already
for
paid
last
it.
year and it is what it is.
so you wanna kind of withdraw the
the
prior year?
supplemental,
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I didn't realize that I was doing.
Yeah, you're concerned, you wanna withdraw, only because we're on record and we have to understand.
Yes.
You wanna withdraw
the
Sure,
2022.
yes.
the 2021?
2021 supplemental.
Okay,
Correct. This bill that I have in front of me,
Yes,
okay.
So that's the 2021 supplemental that you have in front of you.
this one is?
It is.
Okay.
That's because you bought the car in 2021?
We re-registered it.
we registered, it.
Oh,
Came
we
back
registered.
on the record.
So that's what we
So
want
you
to,
want to
So
appeal
I'm
that
gonna
one,
wanna fix this and then it'll go forward being fixed.
so you have to appeal every
Okay.
year.
I don't wanna do that, so let's fix it, right? Whatever
Okay,
it is
so
that
we
have
wanna,
to do.
we wanna keep it on and
Yes.
fix
Yeah.
both years.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. So right now they have it at net assessment 8750. So what do they have the value this, for the
That's
full
in
value?
2022 or
2022, 8750 is your net
That's the
assessment.
going, that, 2022 is going forward.
I didn't see that on here.
So
Okay.
20,
I'm
no,
looking
you don't
at
have that
2022.
yet.
You don't have it
2022,
yet.
so the full
I'm
value would be
fine with that,
12,000.
actually.
What is it?
well, excuse me, can I say something?
12.5?
So if we withdrew the 21,
I don't think it wants. to
He
be
doesn't
12,000.
want to.
but that's because that's the bill, only bill he has. But now if we're looking at the bill he didn't have, the 875,
Which makes it a $12,000 value.
that's where he
It
wanted
was-
to go,
I think
right?
the value is 8,000, not the retail is 12 and then the assessed value is 8,000. I
Okay.
see the actual retail value of it.
Is 8.
Yeah, that's what we have to know.
Okay.
All right.
So your feeling is the retail value is 12,000 and the assessments, whatever it is, at a 12,000.
I
No.
think the retail value is
He
8,000.
thinks the
8,000,
retail
yeah.
value is 8,000.
Oh,
As of right now,
where did
the,
the 12,000 come in?
that's the assessed value right now is
Okay, all
8750.
right, I see. So
The,
you think
the
8,000.
real
Okay,
value is
I hear you.
1250.
I got it, okay. Yep,
Yeah, I would think somewhere around 8 is probably fair.
okay.
Okay, so it was 14 at the supplemental. And then it went down 2,000 for the half year.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna keep the supplemental in play and then kind of figure it out from there. Is that what we want to?
Well, now,
Well, then we have to withdraw
No, he's not gonna
Right?
withdraw.
if we're keeping one in play and not the other.
we're gonna keep them both in
We're
play.
keeping both in play.
Then
we'll
he has
figure it
to
out.
appeal every year.
Yes, Fonda says they don't carry forward. So every year you
Right.
monitor assessment change, you have to reapply.
So we'll do both. He's not gonna withdraw.
So if he withdrew, does he have to do it every year still?
If he
Yes.
withdrew, he doesn't get anything and he has to do it every year.
Okay, we're not, well, we won't withdraw.
We won't do it.
We'll look at both then. Okay.
All
Okay,
right,
sounds
that's
good.
it, I got nothing.
What,
got-
should I pay this or just-
Why don't you wait a
So
couple
you're
weeks?
still
Wait a
gonna
couple
get
weeks.
interest on it,
Yeah,
so,
it is what it is?
yeah.
Okay,
But
so wait to hear from you guys and then.
about a
And
week.
they would refund anything that you overpaid.
All
Perfect.
right.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
just to be honest, you're paid up April 1st is when your new renewal comes in, and your new payment for interest, and you should be notified before that to what to do.
yeah. Perfect. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Yep.
You too.
Congrats on that.
We hope so. Thank you.
Yeah, take care.
Well, since we have this one in front of us, and we're
Yeah,
not here yet. you want-
78,000.
The-
You're talking pennies.
Yeah, okay. So as of, for this year,
For the 2022 list,
the
2021 supplemental.
2022 list, we'll do,
We gotta do 2021 first.
okay.
What's the assessment on that one?
2021,
This is
I
why
was,
I'm confused.
it was
The actual
10,000,
value, I'm talking about the
okay, the
actual
assessment was $10,060. What's the real value?
So with that, we have 14,371.
Okay, and
Okay,
what's the 22 one?
12,500.
12,500, okay.
Okay, so first we'll, okay, and we want to get it down to, as of now,
8,000,
so do 10,000.
yeah, do 10,000 and do 8,000. I mean, it's pennies.
So do the net assessment, we'll do as the real value. Jen, this one,
Yeah,
So
not
you're
assessment,
saying
real
this,
value.
this market,
the 10,
is what you're saying?
this one we'll do as market value.
And then,
And then
And
this
then the
one, the
875
875 as market, yeah, okay?
the
Okay,
range, does he have?
so we're gonna change it to,
12,000 on the, no,
value,
10,000 on the 21,
1060,
and 8,000 on the 2022.
60, and this.
I'll make a motion.
So this one,
You're
we're
not gonna
gonna,
make a separate motions or one motion for the whole, both of them?
it's okay,
I
so,
make the motion, we move lower the 2021 assessment down from 14,500 to 12,000 even. No, it's.
No,
it's 12 yeah,
no,
we're
from,
going- We're going on the real value now, not the assessment,
going on real value.
right?
14,371, we lowered it to
10,000,
10,060.
So, all right, I'll make a motion, we lower the 21 from 14,371, the real value
To
to 10,000,
1060.
1060.
Second,
I'll second, oh, I
A
can't
second.
it.
okay. Okay, we're all in favor.
We're all in favor.
Yep. Okay, and the 2022, we're lowering it from real value of 12,500 to a real value of 8,750.
Yep, wanna make that one too?
Yep, that's
Make a
it.
motion on the 2022, we lower the value from 12,500 to 8,750.
Second,
Okay, we're all in agreement. Okay, sign.
oh, there's two.
Okay, we're done with those. Okay, now to the lady with the house. That's where. The lady with the house and the drainage, and Eva's gonna send that to engineering and who knows
We
what the
don't
heck.
have an engineer right
Oh, so will somebody go look at it?
now. I hope so. I will send it up there.
Send it up, maybe, you know.
Well, no,
I mean,
think
it's
we should
a-
be lowering her a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, but we'll send this at
Yeah,
least.
that's-
I think that somebody should look at it because it doesn't make sense. If the pipe is overflowed, there's a problem, then I don't know who owns the pipe. Is it the town, the MDC? I mean, who the heck
I don't
owns?
either. But that's really her headache with the town.
But they
more so
could-
than
yeah.
us. We're just being nice.
But she didn't really, yeah, have,
I can refer it to engineering.
Yeah.
okay, but I think,
Our gig is the house.
I think the house
house.
though, if you look at the house next door, it's a bigger lot,
Yep,
bigger house.
yep.
It is older though, so it has more depreciation as well.
How much older is it?
20 years.
Yeah. But still, though, the lot is the lot.
Right. What they do with that picture? I had it.
Has another bathroom,
There's a garage.
has a garage, bathroom, garage. They both have central air. The people next door have a deck. And frame garage. She has a concrete patio, they have an enclosed porch.
To be honest, the brook to a degree might add some value to the house. I don't think
Water
the brook
feature?
detracts from the house. No, I'm serious.
Lazy River?
Water feature,
Well, no,
yeah.
but,
They
you know.
actually, they did a nice job directing the water, I have to
They
say.
did.
But I do think there is a financial value to having a brook in the backyard. I honestly believe that, so, you know.
Some people like it, if you had little kids, you might say, I don't want that water going through my backyard.
It's a brook.
It depends if they like it, you know, if they want the water feature.
You know,
Yeah, well, I guess it would depend on where it's coming from.
And, yeah,
that
just
water-
how much straight,
What
yeah,
water is that?
yeah. It's stormwater drainage, does it overflow? I don't know. like you said, it gets clogged up with garbage and they have to,
Right.
but should she be like the people next door?
Oh,
Is she over? Their total market value 197, she's 205. Is she happy with 197?
But the other house-
$5,000?
which, all right, this street was,
She did 125, that house is at 113, right?
Yeah,
So, to be very honest, you gotta come down below that number,
below the 113?
because it's a smaller house than the other one, right?
No, it is. Yeah,
And the other one has a garage, and this
Right.
doesn't. So, saying they're equal for equal,
well, they're not.
they're
Well,
not.
the neighbor's older. The
Yes.
house is older.
Yeah,
But bigger, a bigger lot,
Who's bigger lot?
the neighbor.
Yeah.
And they don't have the water feature.
Well, I know, but that is true.
I definitely don't agree with going lower than the neighbor.
Gotta just go to the neighbor?
Why do you disagree on that?
Because the house is older. I just
Yeah,
feel
but
like,
it's,
It's got an extra
but
bathroom.
it's
though.
bigger.
It's bigger lot, bigger house,
yeah, but
extra
not, I just
bathroom.
don't feel like lower is the way to go. You
All
wanna
right.
meet it at it. But lower, I don't know.
So do you wanna just go bring her from 205 to 197?
Yeah. Or 195, round number.
195?
That's fine.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna make a motion to go to 195, market value.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So pay no attention to us, now we gotta do the cell tower.
You have to do what?
The cell tower, pay no
Oh,
attention.
yeah, okay. A lot of that one.
Yeah, okay, I agree with them.
I think he was saying a lot of extra stuff that he didn't need to tell
Yeah,
us too.
yeah.
There's a lot of fluff in there.
Okay, so what do you think? I didn't realize that the T-Mobile and the people on the tower paid property tax.
They pay personal property.
They pay personal property tax. So,
Yeah.
so really, he's got the structure.
Correct.
The structure costs like 300,000 to build.
That's,
Okay,
that
so
was gonna
what
be my
they have
question
is a
too.
structure.
So the owner of this tower is just paying taxes
And they-
on the structure.
and they-
Power on the land is sitting there, but it's the land is dying.
Yeah, and the
land
town
value is?
is,
It's a small piece that was broken off. That's what it's saying off.
And is the property owner getting rent?
No,
they get, property owner getting rent?
no,
No, no.
Well, he said something about rents, didn't he?
Yeah, the people on the tower, but then they pay personal property tax on that rent, on the income. Like T-Mobile pays, or their equipment,
yep.
they pay personal property tax on the equipment on the
And they
tower,
declare it.
and they declare it. Yeah, okay.
My question is, so T-Mobile is just on that tower for free?
No,
So they pay a rent
yes,
to
yes.
the tower owner,
yes.
who is,
Okay, yeah, and this tower was valued at two, obviously, and I liked that he did the, the land before the tower was sold, the land after the tower was
Yeah.
sold, he minus, and this was the value, because we didn't really have a value. So that was the value, he lost 2 tenants, so, you know,
Mhm.
why isn't it the same value? It'd be maybe, you know. We kind of know what it was valued at. So why is the value at it different and he lost people?
Yeah, but the towers in town that are also.
I was just gonna ask that, so what are
We
the
know
other-
the other two towers in town. It was the one on Costello Road's like 317 or something like that, and then the one at Tennis Center was
And
a
do they
little
have,
above that.
they have tenants, 4 tenants, 3 tenants too?
I don't know how many tenants they have.
Big jump.
Yeah. Because we do know what, by his calculations, kind of what it was valued
Right,
at.
right, yeah. Mhm.
And we know what the other, at least two of the other towers are valued at. So he's kind of in the ballpark if we want to go to 3 and give him comparable to the other two.
And how did we get to
I don't
a
know.
million?
I don't know. Based on sale?
Or not we, but.
Yeah,
did-
based on sale?
There was no sale price listed.
Right, so you just kind of wing it.
I can get Fauna, she can explain how she came up with value if you want. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah, or do you want to, or you're not like, I mean, it's just interesting to me that.
Yeah, she wants to
huge
tell
jump.
us. Yeah,
It's good to
yeah.
learn.
I'm not
What do you want, 250?
I think, I'm not-
I mean, I agree with you.
I think 250 is fair.
I would say 3. I don't know.
What do you want? 250? Do you want to go to 3?
I only say that because he didn't bring the rents. He didn't
There
bring
is
the
no
amount.
rent.
He didn't, well, there is
rent.
rent.
Not for the, for the
There is
tower.
rent. They do make
Yeah.
income.
Right, and that's the only reason
But
why I'm
Are the
saying
other
that.
people are making income too?
Well, they
Because,
should've-
but,
they
and
should've-
they're in the
They
300s,
should have come in.
right?
I think I broke my math.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay, so
It's just interesting.
I want to give them.
Oh, here. You can have it back. I'll shoot it to you.
See if I wrote it on there. Otherwise, we can get it all. I did my math. All right, I'll go get it on you.
I don't think you can make it that much of a big difference from this tower to the other two towers.
No.
You think so?
No,
Oh,
no, I don't at all. I
You
just
don't.
don't, I don't understand the reasoning behind it.
The 250 is what you were paying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you had tenants on there, right, Fred?
We had
you
more
can't ask
tenants.
us. Sorry.
He had more tenants. He lost tenants since then.
Yeah,
But they don't claim their tenants to
No, they
you.
don't, right.
no.
And the only way you know tenants is when the T-Mobile or them file personal property tax, but all of them don't file personal property tax. But then he said, like he said, the town of Weathersfield's not gonna do that anyway.
Yeah.
A town wouldn't, which they might
Weathersfield
be
wouldn't
getting for
concern
free.
us anyway.
So they're not really a tenant, they're a tenant.
I don't really know that much about that yet. I haven't
okay.
started my personal property training. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And they don't own the land.
They have an easement, I don't know.
So they don't own the land.
On the tower.
They own
Yeah, just the tower.
the tower, is strictly the tower.
And they purchased an easement so they can access their tower.
Right.
That's it. And they purchased the easement for $10.
And the tower is the piece of metal.
Oh, really?
Who repairs the tower?
Those companies out there.
Oh, but they would have
Give
to
me a
pay,
tower.
the company who
like the
owns,
way
who owns the tower would maintain the tower.
Yep.
I mean, we can continue if you want. I mean, we know what we're doing. I just,
Okay. Well, we don't have anybody right now, so we're stuck on in Tower Lane.
I love reading
But
contracts.
you have here residential vacant land. You have a land value. But they don't own the land.
I estimated income of 132,
Yep.
5% for expenses, and then a 10% for, I think that's vacancy and expenses at a cap rate of 10. It came out to 1,011,000, but I rounded down to 1 million.
Okay, Jen? How she figured it
I
out?
kind of heard.
By income,
By income.
by income, okay.
Now, oh, Fauna, did they give you their leases and stuff?
Not yet.
They're gonna do that
Yeah, I talked to him.
with the
today.
rents and stuff. Okay.
Want to put it aside, we'll just hear him and we'll figure it out after?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are our
Hello, wanna
last
come on
one.
up?
Good.
Good, how are you?
So I think you have his before you. I asked her to give us the 3, how they used to be when they were separated,
Yeah,
because now they're merged together.
this is Hayes.
So the Cedar Street was 3, we used to do them as 3 separate ones, but they now do them as 3 all together.
You have 3 applications. One of them, the one on the Berlin Turnpike. I'm really just here to satisfy the statute because I'm in the process of doing an appraisal.
The vitamin shop?
To determine the vitamin shop, to determine whether or not we're going to Superior Court. So I'm really just here. I don't have any data to present you.
Okay. Okay,
And if we could just.
we'll just pass that through.
Yeah, pass it or put it in the record.
We'll get that one out.
On the record, there's no,
Wait a minute, we'll find it and pass it through.
there's no change basically. So.
No thanks.
So you did, you were here. So for, what's this, 3391 Berlin Turnpike. Just reserving your right and we're passing this through, so no change. Jen,
Yep.
correct?
Yep. No changes, we didn't change the assessment
Right,
of the value.
yeah, so that just automatically just
Yep.
heads out.
Are you gonna vote on that now?
We did. With
We
no
did,
no change.
Unanimous, no change.
Vitamin shop, no change.
Is Mark Shipman still practicing?
He died. Yeah,
Come on,
yeah, you didn't know that?
I
I'm
didn't
sorry
know
to
that.
hear that.
Yeah,
Mark Shipman passed away? I know Mark Shipman for 60 years. Are you serious? I know you're serious.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked.
yeah. No, well, we
I
can,
can leave it off.
turn off, Jen?
Yeah. You know, I always don't want to retire.
until DNT was still, he was always very sharp and still going straight.
People don't want to retire and go to Florida and relax.
You've been to Florida
Oh,
these
yeah.
days?
I have 2 condos down there.
No, it's, yeah, he stuck around here,
Yeah, I know he did. I knew he did that. Wow.
whatever you folks are.
Okay. Okay, so, want to do the, Fen Road, 12 to 14?
If you're asking me, sure,
Yeah.
that'd be fine. In fact, that might be best, because the
Easier.
second parcel might be a little bit longer.
That is a little easier.
The 12-14 Fen Road, it's a little tricky, because as of October 1st, 2022, the 12 Fen Road portion was only partially constructed. And it's been a little bit difficult to try and figure out how they came up with particular, how they came up with the value that adds to what previously was. For 14 Fen Road, it was $1,794,750. So the combination of the two put it up to, as you can see, I apologize.
2,736,000.
2,736,000.
And this is the Starbucks and the new building.
It's a new building, and again, we have to keep in mind that as of October 21st, 2022, not only was it only partially constructed, it didn't even have a CO. Maybe I had that backwards. It's not only did it not have a CO, it was only partially constructed. Now, you probably know that there was a case in the Supreme Court, Connecticut Supreme Court, the Columbia case, which allows a municipality to assess partial construction. We're not questioning whether that can be done, but it's been impossible to figure out how 12 Fen Road, what it's been valued at, and how it's been valued. And let's see, for 14 Fen Road, let's see, before it was consolidated into 12, the fair market value $1,974,750. When, before I went to the Board of Assessment Appeals back in the Grants 2020, I did the informal quality year evaluation company, and they gave me the numbers that they used to come up with an initial valuation, and they gave me $60 per square foot. They took off 5% collection, they took off 20% for expenses, and they capped it at 8%. Using the figures that the revaluation company gave me, that should only have been $1,026,000.
What was this, 221, 23? No, what was?
2020.
Yes, the 20.
Right, at the first year,
Okay,
right after
20.
evaluation, I did an informal hearing
Yep.
with Equality, which is the company that performed your, mass valuation. And those were, and we exchanged information. It was a telephone appointment, still COVID. We exchanged information, and that's the data they gave me. Rent $60 per square foot, a little bit higher than what the contract rents were for the Starbucks that's there now. But reasonable minds can differ. $60 per square foot, 5% vacancy, 20% expenses, and capped at an 8%. And using those numbers, fair market value for that building should only be $1,026,000. Yet when they set the assessment, still $1,794,750.
So, maybe I'll get this straight, man. You're talking about the Starbucks building,
Just the
right?
Starbucks.
Yes,
Because-
14.
And that's showing that it was built in 2017.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
and.
So in 2021, it was fully completed and occupied.
Just the Starbucks.
Right, and remember, there's two parcels here, 12 Fen Road, 14.
14,
Fen Road.
what's the
12 at the time, or at October 1st, 2022, partially constructed.
12 was
The
in.
Starbucks at 14, fully constructed, not arguing
Okay,
about.
I thought you were. Okay.
No.
So you're talking where Jersey Mike's is and all that now?
Yes.
Yes.
So the Starbucks itself,
We don't care, doesn't care about Starbucks. That's-
well, they don't, they merged them. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
She
part of
merged
the.
them
Because
together.
that's how we're gonna figure out what 12 is
Yeah, we gotta
worth.
separate them, but she merged them together now, so we're looking at,
Is it one piece?
yeah, well,
Well,
It's
now,
been consolidated One part, yeah.
Did you consolidate it?
I did not know, the assessor did to respond to, or the assessor, or the tax, I said, the town.
Can do
Did
that?
it, I'm not quite sure personally who individually decided to do that, but it is now 12-14 Fed Road, which includes the partially constructed building and the Starbucks.
Right, but Rich Hayes owns it.
Yeah.
That entity owns it, that Rich Hayes is the
Can they make it, right, can the town do that legally?
They did it, and right now, I mean, I'm just here
How can
arguing.
you take two
about-
pieces that are not deeded together, right?
They're not deeded together, and you know, if they wanted to sell one property, it would create problems. If they wanted to refinance one property and not both, it would create problems. That's a problem down the road that we're gonna have to face after this. But for right now, today, I just have to talk about values. But you're raising good points.
Unfortunately, that happens to us.
You know,
Which is,
What gives
well,
her the right,
we'll get to there.
what gives the assessor the right to say, okay, they're two deeded properties, correct? Separately deeded properties.
that happen to be owned by a single entity. Yes. But yes, they were.
But two separate deeds, indeed.
Because to be honest,
No
by
pun.
combining, the value goes higher.
What's that?
The value goes up if you combine them than if they were singular.
Well, that's I mean, that I can't address, that I can't say yes or no. But, yeah, the fact that these two were combined, I mean, it does create certain problems for the owner.
When the Starbucks in 2020 just existed, it also included 2.23 acres behind it. So that's now gone.
That was
That
sold when?
just because that was sold.
I'm sorry, Marie, could
Right?
you ask me to repeat that?
That when the Starbucks in 2020 existed, it also included that 2.23 acres that are now the hotel.
Well,
So those are gone now, that's gone.
it became 99 Myra Cohen Way.
Yeah,
And then after that.
but you were taxed as the Starbucks with that property, correct?
But after that was taken off.
Yep.
It was lowered to 1,794,750. Initially, it was 1,860,000. Then after that part of the land was put into Myra Cohen Way, it was reduced to 1,794,750.
Okay, so it was reduced after it went over.
After the Myra Cohen Way,
Okay.
after that portion was
Yeah.
taken off.
Okay,
So now, back up to 2736, it includes the Starbucks, which was in 2021, 1794, and the new building
And yeah, as of October 1st, 2022, which
was half built.
was
Partial.
partially constructed. And, you know, I don't do this often, but I might be able to make this easy. I mean, if we could get the fair market value reduced to 2.2 million, we would be satisfied for 12-14 Fenn Road.
0.2.
You wanna reduce the,
And that's what we would be.
what do you wanna reduce, the Starbucks and the,
The
your,
total.
It might be the entire parcel, it's the entire tax
It's
parcel.
also minus.
They're combined into one parcel. So
That it did have a value.
okay. Hold on a second. I just want to check a calculator. Oh, you did the calculation. Which is reason.
In 2020, included this. So that had a value.
No.
No, this is just this person. And then it was combined then. For that, it was its own entity with this. And then that's gone, yeah. So now it includes the new building at that time. It was the half a building and the Starbucks minus that.
Right.
Okay, so it would be 2.2 as opposed to 2.7. Or it doesn't have to be 2.2, it could be whatever.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see.
how much square footage is Starbucks building?
Starbucks building is.
That's really not
One
bad.
1,824 square feet. So
That's pretty good.
when we go to the talk about it.
Yeah.
before we move on to the next application, just 3 things I wanted to relay from the owner with regards to the land aspects of 12-14. And there's, field cut is 2.22 acres. And it appears that the land is being assessed or valued at 1.35 million for 1.35, so that would come out to be $608 per acre, which is extraordinarily high. 26,000 square feet of that land consists of an access road, which not just services not just the Starbucks and the partially constructed building, but also goes down to the bus station, and I'm not sure if it's operating yet, but it will be the car wash, which is adjacent.
But you don't know that, you're talking about Marathon Way, right?
Yeah, no.
There's an,
No.
there's an exit, I don't know. there's an
I
exit
think
road
from
there?
Fen,
When
I
you
think
turn
you're,
right for the gas station, the driveway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Up a Cedar Street.
Up a Cedar Street.
You take a left.
Yeah.
Starbucks is on your right.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
stop
It's
shop is on the
Cedar,
right.
I meant, sorry.
And last thing, when the home is eventually, going to be leased out and fully occupied, 3 things have to take into account when looking at a market rent for that particular building. There's brokerage commissions that are going to have to be paid. There's tenant improvements that's going to have to come out of the landlord's pockets, and the same thing with free rents.
You don't know that today, because if it's a net lease, it's not gonna, the tenant will be responsible for
Talking
the
about, well, hold on, no, broker's commission would be
brokerage commission,
would be
understand.
borne by the landlord.
Right,
Tenant improvements are being, the bill for that these days is being footed by the landlord, get tenants in there. And free rent is something that has to be taken into account when coming up with a market rent for a new building that's currently unoccupied.
and right now the assessment is appraised value, I'm sorry, is 2.736.
Market value,
Right, appraised value. Yeah,
market value.
all right.
Yeah. Appraised is 1.9.
And you want it down to
2.1, 500,000.
And what's your reasoning for that?
Again, it's very, very difficult to determine how to calculate the partially completed construction. I gave you the breakdown for the income capitalization analysis that the revaluation company had given me when I done the proceeding as to that parcel.
But that was, the building wasn't completed at that point, right?
No, the 14 was completed,
Right, but 12 wasn't.
12 was not.
And it included the 2.23 acres, which was sold off.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
In 2021, you sold off 2.23 acres.
Right.
It's hard because the 2 buildings were merged. So you're looking at the value of the Starbucks, which included that. Now it doesn't include it. It includes a building.
The value as of October 1st, 2022, the partially constructed building, I would have to have, which we don't, I would have to have a better idea as to how much construction was completed at that point. And taking that, I would have to apply a that's called Marshall-Swift analysis, which is how you do a cost approach. Of course, that's one way to do it. So again, if this were reduced to 2.2, we would be satisfied.
Okay. Move on to the next one.
60 Cedar Street?
Well, no, now this is another one that's merged. It's the Rite Aid or the old Rite Aid, it's no longer there.
It's still referred to as the Rite Aid Plaza.
Yeah, the Quest
It
and
was Rite Aid, and then Walgreens moved in, and they've left. And currently there is a dollar store that they're going to be putting in there that's going to be taking the space that Walgreens had previously occupied.
And they're not paying what Walgreens.
No,
And they're getting 6 months free rent too, so.
I have a couple of friends that know some CVS's, let me tell you.
You know,
It's talking $300,000-400,000 a year, rent a year,
Less,
from CVS.
it's a big drop.
That there's, there are CVS buildings within and around that area in Newington. In fact, the one I can think of is 1181 Main Street.
Okay,
I mean, you know your ownership, yes. So, you have basically two blue chip pharmacy tenants who are going to take out space of that size, between 18 and 22,000 square feet. And neither of them are going into Walgreens just left, and CVS is already inundated in the market. Rite Aid is, Rite Aid's don't work because they're Walgreens. So I mean, for that type of space, for that size, you're looking at something like a Family Dollar or a dollar store. It's gonna get equivalent, or a type of retail operation that sells washer dryers, appliances, things of that nature. So a much more limited target tenant for a space of that size.
So this whole plaza, it used to be all broken up, now it's all combined, and it's 3871. Well, which it's hard to understand because we're down here at 59.
This used to be 18 Cedar Street, and then 955-1005 Main Street, and 40 Cedar Street. So in other words, 3 previously separate tax parcels are now one tax parcel.
I don't know if they can do that. I guess they can, I don't know.
I'm not agreeing, I'm not saying they can, but I'm just saying that
Which makes it very confusing.
that's a discussion for a different proceeding in a different forum.
See, we don't have the figures from before.
All right, so,
Well, I can help you out with that.
So what was each,
Well, you have those
I can
figures?
try to.
That would be helpful.
yeah,
All
so
right.
you know what we want. Right,
Okay.
each value,
Let's, yeah.
Sure, okay, so 40 Cedar Street, which is at the former pharmacy, which is going to be a dollar store, that was valued at $2,759,000
okay,
prior to this merger. And let me just.
and that was
let me just make
as
sure
the
that's
Rite
correct.
Aid.
well, the merger shouldn't make any difference in the price, right?
right,
The assessment-
I'm
But
talking about
this
the
is,
the previous, what the reval company did for.
Oh,
August 2020. Right, so that's correct. So before the merger, the town had the fair market value for 40 Cedar Street, $2,759,000.
Yep.
For 18 Cedar Street, the town had the fair market value at $845,420.
Did it go from the package store to Quest, the entire?
from the package store to the Starbucks?
Well, Starbucks is no longer.
No.
But
Starbucks isn't in there anymore? Yeah, they're still there.
I thought that they left at the same time that they moved into Glen Road.
No,
I stand corrected.
I assume
Maybe they're leaving.
they may be leaving, are they still there?
They're still there, yeah.
My
So-
friend is the manager.
Pardon me?
My friend is the manager.
Yeah, but it goes down,
You don't know, they could be leaving.
where the CVS used to be, is now a package store.
Where Walgreens used to be.
No,
Walgreens,
it was
yeah.
CVS in there.
That was Walgreens.
There was
No,
a
no, no.
Rite Aid.
Rite Aid.
Fred's
Before-
right. So not the Rite Aid building, but the one,
Right.
the
It was a
second
CVS
building now.
Originally,
the package store
And then when
was,
CVS
Talking
built
years
it-
ago.
yeah.
Before my time, but
yeah, okay. They used, where the package store used to be CVS originally.
Okay,
And then you had a Starbucks, and then you had
and that's
another
one
group
building,
of 3 or 4 stores.
and that-
Sure.
that's, which is a different building, that's the third building.
Well, is there a third building or is it 2 buildings?
there's
There's
3
not.
buildings.
Three buildings.
This page is correct. There's
Yeah.
3 buildings. There was 40 Cedar, 18 Cedar, and the 955 dash.
Main Street.
Main Street.
And that's
All
the
right.
Quest and the
2005.
pizza
This
place.
is like an L-shaped building.
Right.
One part of the L used to be this Main Street, and the other part of the street used
Right.
it was this Cedar
The
Street.
Cedar Street.
What is it
right.
now?
Now that's all 18 to 40 Cedar.
So what was the value on that one? The package store was 845.
18-seater was eight,
Okay,
which one?
18-seater was 845, 420.
Okay,
And then 955 to 1005 Main Street was 1,324,890. And, you know, what's important to point out is what these figures jumped up to from the 2015 figures on the revaluation then. For that one that I just, that parcel that I just given you, 955, 1005 Main Street, in 2015, that was valued, fair market value, 484,942, went up to 1.3 million. 18 Cedar Street in 2015 was 508,971. It went up to 845,000. 40 Cedar Street, the pharmacy, we're now going to be Dollar Tree, went up $1 million. It's 2015, it was $1.7 million. In 2020, went up to $2.7 million. You have to remember, in 2015, we weren't dealing with COVID or some of the other economic issues that, you know, retail.
Now it's at 3.87, right?
Yeah,
Now it's at 3.87.
yeah,
Or combined.
combined.
All three buildings?
All three buildings. And you feel these should be worth?
Okay. Again, I will do what I did on the previous one, and I don't do this frequently. We would be happy if this parcel was reduced to 2.5. And, you know, I can give you an individual breakdown of each particular building, each of the three buildings that I had done to come up with. I came up with a little bit lower than that, but as a compromise, we would be willing to accept $2.5 million for this 18 to 40.
All right, here's my question.
Yeah.
Right now it's 3.871.
Yeah.
You want 2.5.
Yes.
Well, we minus the Rite Aid, we're down to $1. So it's valued at a 3.8 with a Walgreens Rite Aid.
What's changed other than that?
Well, why don't I give you an income capitalization for that I did for each of the three properties for the
Yeah.
previous revaluation.
Thank you.
So, and again, some of these market rents that I'm going to give you, it takes into account certain aspects of the building. For example, they're putting in a lot of reserve that's going to have to go into the roof and HVAC for all three of these buildings. There's free rent, 6 months free rent that's going to have to be given to the dollar store, as well as tenant improvements for any new tenant that has to go into these buildings. So let me go through the income capitalization for each of the three individual ones prior to the consolidation. Mm-hmm. So I'm using for going 40 Cedar Street first, 10,824 square feet. I'm using a $10 per square foot market rent. So that gives us an effective gross income of $108,240. I'm going to take off 5% vacancy. I'm going to take 5% off for expenses. That's going to give us an NOI of $97,416. If I 9-cap that, which is the same cap rate that was utilized by Equality, and backing up, that's the same cap rate. I'm also using the same expense rates here. We're using the same vacancy ratio, 5%. If I 9-cap that, that gives us for that parcel $1,082,400. So that's one third of what I'm going through right now. So 18 Cedar Street, square footage rentable of 8,841 square feet. I'm using $8 a square foot. The revaluation company, they used 12.5. I'm using $8 to account for the three things that I had just mentioned before: the reserve, the roof, and the HVAC, and tenant improvements. Otherwise, similar vacancy, similar expenses, same exact cap rate. Taking 15% off for vacancy collection, taking 15% off for expenses, gives us an NOI of $49,509. If I 10 cap that, pretty easy, it's $495,090 fair market value. And for the last one, 955 to 1005 Main Street, the assessor's card has it at 6,362 square feet. Taking $15 a market, for a market rent per square foot, so we get an effective gross income of $95,430. 15% vacancy collection, which is the same the reval company used, 30% expense ratio, which is the same as the revaluation company used. We get an NOI of $52,486. I'm going to cap it at the same cap rate that Equality, the revaluation company, capped it at, which is 10%. So that gives us an easy $524,860. Those three numbers, those three market values that I gave you, adds up to roughly $2.1 million. Comes up a little more than $2,102,350. If we could get the fair market value down for this entire, the consolidated property down to 2.5 million, we would be satisfied.
You understand it's hard for us to reduce something $1 million
I understand.
because of obvious reasons.
You have a question?
No question.
Jen?
I don't think so. There's a lot of numbers.
Yeah,
I think I got it.
we can talk about them.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And that's,
And I just want to make it, your client did not merge these.
This was not done, no.
Right,
They
okay.
got a notice of new assessment for both of these new parcels. Right here, notice of new assessment. This is the first that he learned that the assessor had merged all these parcels.
I'm sure she can do it. I never heard of this before.
Yeah.
if you took them all apart,
Yeah.
if we took them all apart and did each one, and we decided that we're going down this much on the right aid, because that's, then you're not, I mean, it looks like $1 million total, but if you're taking each one how they should be, then it's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
If that's what we
I was
decide,
thinking,
you know,
thinking that too.
So if we say, okay, let's look at the right aid, which was $2 million.
That's how it should be looked
Okay, we'll
at.
just look at that building separate, and we'll go through each one
Mhm.
and then decide from there, as opposed to,
The right aid should be cheap, and it was vacant,
yeah. And if they got,
it's empty. I mean, there's been no income there at all. That should be, we're on its own.
it should be, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we can take that into account.
And they're getting the 6 month free rent, 40-seater.
I don't know if that really comes into it, the 6 months free rent.
But if you're
Well,
looking at
yeah.
a market rent, that has to be, those types of concessions do have to be taken into account. I understand that, you got.
That's the deal you gotta make together, to be very honest with you.
I'm sorry?
That's the deal you gotta make together.
Sure.
I have a couple of buildings and I don't pay it. They do it, it's the building, you own it, do what you wanna do with it. But I'm not putting any money into it.
Okay.
Okay.
Before I get out of here, I just want to make sure I really everything that's.
We'll just take each one apart and go over it.
Yeah. probably.
Yeah.
Do you have the Main Street number separate? Just so-
The Main Street? 955 to 1005.
That's right. Previously, before the consolidation, it was 955, 1005.
So legally, the street address has changed as well.
No,
The postal service, I don't know what they did.
no, it's not.
You know,
It's still.
maybe it'd be easier if I showed you on the field card. Can I approach?
Of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
All right. This is the field card for 80 to 40 seater. And
Which is now considered 80 to 40 seater,
80 to 40 seater.
and the Main Street's kind of not even.
Oh, so there's just no Main Street anymore.
Well, here's what, if you look at they put Main Street, here's the 955 Main Street, 1005 Main Street, and here's 18 seater, and it's an
Yeah.
L-shaped building, as I
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
described before, one's
Yeah.
the one part of the L and the other is the
Yeah.
bottom part of the L.
Yep.
And then the pharmacy part is 40th Street, which is, standalone pet site.
Yeah. Okay.
Where are you?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, perfect.
I'm dismissed.
You are, thank you.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
so much.
I'll take care of the first one first.